for this lesson, what we are going to look at is how to count significant figures in a number. Very frequently, I will start to refer to these as sig figs, because significant figures becomes a mouthful. So you have sig figs, just to give you a heads up where that's coming from. Okay, to start. So anytime we are counting, all non-zero numbers are significant. So any number 1 through 9 is considered to be significant, and we count them. So when we're looking at numbers, so for example, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,234 has 4 significant digits. We'll do some different colors. So it has 4 sig figs. Again, what we're doing is we're counting the number of significant numbers in this. So our 1 is considered to be significant, the 2, the 3, and the 4. So we have a total of 4 significant figures. If we look at a number like, let's say, 2, just the number 2 only has 1 sig fig, and that's the 2 itself. Only that 1 is significant. If we're looking at, I don't know, 3, 2, 7, 8, 9, 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 6 significant figures for that. In all reality, counting sig figs, if there's no zeros, that's the easy part. When we get to zeros, that's where it gets a little difficult. Because there's a couple of different situations that you have to remember. So the first thing we're going to talk about is captured zeros. So captured zeros are any zeros that have non-zero numbers on both sides of it. So for instance, if I had 101, that 0 is considered significant. It's captured. It's between 2 non-zero numbers. So this would technically have 3 sig figs. Captured zeros are always significant. Always. So if I had 3, 0, 7, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that has 7 sig figs with it. Because all of these zeros right here are captured. So all of them are going to be considered significant. Doesn't matter how many zeros are in between 2 non-zero numbers. As long as there's non-zero numbers on either side of that stretch, they're going to be, everything in between is going to be significant. Trailing zeros are sometimes significant, depending on the situation. So those are sometimes. What you're going to be looking for is a decimal place. So if it has a decimal place or if it does not. So if it does, have a decimal. So if I have 1.00, then they are significant. And then it's going to be an always. Or if this one has 3 sig figs. If I had 3701.0020, now all of these are significant. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one has 8 sig figs. Because we have that decimal place. Again, that's what we're looking for. Because we have those decimal places in there, and they're always going to be significant. Now, if there's no decimal place, no decimal, they're never significant. So if I have 100, this only has one sig fig. 101,000 has 3 sig figs. Again, with the 100, the only one that's significant is that first one. With the 1,000, sorry, 101,000, the captured 0 there is still significant, and your other 1 is significant, but these trailing zeros now are not. The last thing, leading zeros, these are never significant. Typically, you only see leading zeros with decimal numbers. So this is any 0 that's before a non-zero number. So for example, this number here has 2 sig figs. Our 1 is significant, and then our 0 in behind that is considered to be significant. So this has 2 sig figs. And it doesn't matter how many, like these in front don't count, and it doesn't matter how many they have, this still only has 2 sig figs. Here, our 7 and our 2 are significant. So again, leading zeros never count. And the reason why I keep doing decimal numbers is you never see a number written without. And in fact, if you write a number like that, I'm going to assume that you have a decimal point there. And so this would have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sig figs. That's what I would assume.